Hey everyone, it's Alex, and today I want to make a video a bit differently than I normally do. And I want to show you guys my pictures before I start to suffer hair loss, on how fast things actually were developing for me regarding hair when I first triggered my hair loss. And here I have a picture of me when I was 13 years old, and you can see that I had a very nice hair back then, a lot of them, and I even got a lot of compliments back then because my hair was so nice. And I often hear that I would not lose them because I had so many of them. So this is like my picture of my hair when I was 13 years old. So next one here is when I was 15 years old. You can see that my hair still looked awesome, everything was good, and my hair was perfect. Even my life was perfect at that stage. Right? There was always some problems, but hair was the last thing I was worrying about. And here is when I got 19. You can see that things began to get worse. When I was 19, I started to lose my temples. Right? Temples was the first thing that kind of fall away or fade away, right? But I didn't still feel as that I was losing overall thickness. But my temples was the first thing that I kind of noticed that things were not going in the right direction. But at that stage, I still did not worry too much about my hair, and I was quite sure that it was just maturing hairline, right? So when I was around 21, I think is this picture when I was 21, you can see that I started to style my hair down to hide my hairline, because now it was quite serious. My temples were kind of falling out at rapid speed, and I started to notice that things were not as good as it should be. But I still was not taking any medication or taking supplements or anything, but I noticed that here were not as good as before. And here you can see that my hair got worsened, and they got thinner at this stage. I was like 22 years old, right? You can see that things were falling apart at rapid speed. And here is my hair when I was 23 years old. You can see that I started to lose my hair in the hairline and crown area, and I was basically, at this stage I was starting to panicking because things were going too fast and I didn't know what's gonna happen next. Right? And here is my hair on when I was like almost 24, I think, and at this stage it became very difficult to hide it, right? And it was this stage I started to research solutions to stop my hair fall, right? And on next one I have this was taken like 1 month before I started this medication, finasteride, right? And this one is the same, right? So this is how bad situation were before I actually started to take action and do something about my hair loss. And you can see clearly what kind of results I was able to get, right, in the other picture, to the left. Anyway, why I'm showing those pictures is that you should not wait too long to end up in a situation like this, right? It is much better and much easier to solve hair loss before it actually develops and advances so far as it did in my case, right? Of course, I was able to recover from it, but not everybody is able to recover from it. And why suffer so much and wait so long time before one takes action like I did, right? Because for me it was a disaster. My mindset was affected by it. I didn't feel any confidence at all at this stage, and things were not going in the right direction, and I didn't know what to do with my life and so on because of hair loss, right? And of course, if I hadn't been that lucky as I was to find out and research and use a lot of my time as well to find a solution to this problem, I most likely will ended up without hair today, right? But I did take action and I did solve it. And like I mentioned, the first thing I noticed when I started to lose my hair is that people started to react differently to me, right? It was not that I did not notice that I had hair loss, but I noticed that people who are interacting with me, like even friends and family, the way they were interacting with me were differently than before. And often when I meet new people, they didn't take me as seriously as before as well. I didn't have that groundiness, that frame that I had before. And that was basically because of hair loss, right? So it affected my everyday as well. Everyday life was affected by hair loss. And it was even before I noticed that I had a serious hair loss issue, right? and you should not wait this long to solve it, right? You should take action fast because hair loss has a momentum inside, and if one waits too long, it can actually end up that it becomes much more difficult and much more challenging to solve it, and maybe one even can't solve it at all, right? So one should take action as fast as possible when one first notices hair loss. So if you are interested, I have tools and I know the right steps to take to regrow it all back again. I have been able to do it myself, so it do work, and I have been helping other guys to do the same. So if you're interested in it, and for next 3 days, only for next 3 days, I have a open line for my program for those who are interested in it. You can schedule a call below by my team and check out if you can enroll in my 6 months rapid regrow program, right? Because it will be available only for 3 more days. After 3 more days, or on Sunday, I'm closing it down because I'm going to take a vacation and I don't want to have any more clients for this summertime, right? So if you're interested in it, schedule calls with my team below this video and check how we can help you regarding you here. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.